What's happening? It is March 14, 2021. I'm at the Maverick Ranch. It's a nice day. Just checking things out. It's 6 o'clock. I've been here since 7:30. And I've just been working, so I figured I'd make a video. So let's take a walk. Pretty much ready for mulching. So the mulcher's been here one time, and he mulched, I guess, half of the upper part, and he needs to come back and finish it, but those are telephone poles for my gate that I'm going to put here once my driveway is put in. But I figured I'd do a little video so I can see what kind of I'd have referenced back to where all the work I did to get it ready to mulch. So far, this is what the mulcher did up to this point. Well, the mulcher kind of started up there, but he had a crew cut trees down and they chipped it. They left those piles right there. They didn't chip them for whatever reason. I wasn't too I wasn't here when they were leaving, so I wasn't I don't know why they left them. But anyway, he started chipping mulching right here with his forestry mulcher. As you come into the driveway, into the property, there's a driveway. The house is probably going to be in that area behind those trees. We'll get a better view as we walk on. If you see a pink ribbon, that is the boundary of the clearing that I did. I left a buffer zone for privacy. This north side is 120 feet. The side that we just came in is 165 feet. And straight ahead, the north side is 120 feet. Now I have marked some trees. If you see green ribbon, I've marked some trees in there to save. I have trimmed them up, and they're ready to, you can look in there. There's quite a few. That's just so it won't be all bare. The front yard's gonna have, it's gonna be clear there. I'm thinking of doing a I'm gonna need some area to dig a hole, because I'm gonna put not hydro, but can't think of it right now. It'll come to me. The system that the heating and air conditioning system that is underground, it's more efficient. Now this tree is a big cedar. Is pretty big. It's hard to tell with the video, but I pruned that up, and that mulch pile right there and that mulch pile right there is just from pruning that one tree. It's crazy. It's amazing. It had a lot of vines and a lot of stickers, so it was a big job. Now, I made these mulch piles right down there. Those are from around the pond. That was an undertaking in itself. But this will be the backyard. This is the area right here where my shop's gonna be, somewhere around in here. And the house is gonna be somewhere right there. Now the view is going to be the pond, so we'll walk on down here. I made this trail so that I could kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like. But all these trees right here are going to be gone. Almost all of them. Now these, there's a couple sporadic ones that I marked with green ribbon. That's probably, hopefully, going to be where my septic field's going to go. And the well is probably going to be up there somewhere. The driveway is going to come in right to the shop, and then it's going to be a side load garage for the house. And I want a porch that goes all the way around it and overlooks the pond. But we'll walk down here. I'm not sure exactly where the house is going to be, but it's going to be in this vicinity. That's all I know. You can see all these stickers. I mean, it was really bad trying to get this stuff cleared. I've had the property for 4 months now, and pretty much everything on the property pretty much looked like that. I mean, it was just so thick, like that, you know, just it was a nightmare. So it's taken me 4 months to clear all this. Other than what we just got through, I made the boundaries there, and then he mulched all that. But everything from this point on, if it's clear, I did it with some help of some good friends that helped me out tremendously. I couldn't have done it without them. Here we got a mulch pile here. This thing is huge. This thing is deep. Never ending, kind of. You can see it goes way back there. But this is the view. Kind of. To make these mulch piles, I had to clear a spot to make the mulch piles, and it's kind of weird. Look at that tree. It's got a ribbon on it. You're probably thinking, why are you saving that tree? Well, this is a lounge tree. So you sit right there and you lean back and you just chill out. But you can see I've been cutting a lot of trees down, but what you got to do is clear a spot. So you got to clear a spot, and then you have to have enough room for the spot where the clearing is, plus what you wanted to put there to begin with. Let's see. The pond's pretty high right now. Went down there. The mulcher's going to come and take care of a lot of this stuff, but the pond usually goes to those trees right now, so it's definitely, it's wet. There's tons of fish. I mean, amazing amount of fish. I don't know if you can see any, probably not, but a lot of fish. is real windy today. But when I first bought this property, I couldn't even walk around the pond. It was bad. I guess the trail came in about, I cut a trail in that came to about right here, and it was coming down where that mulch pile is, and this was the only part that was clear, right there. That was it. Everything else looked like that. So I found the pond in it, and unfortunately I couldn't walk all the way around it. There was obstacles in the way. There was barbed wire, stickers, vines. Actually, this used to be all barbed wire right here. The barbed wire came in all the way from the road up there, came down here to about right here, and went down here, and then behind the dam, it went from behind the dam over to the other side of the pond, and then it went to that big cedar trees lines, went up there, and it went all up in there, and then it went all the way down there to the other road. It was 1,200 feet altogether, and it weighed 900 pounds. And I got $72 for it in scrap. But anyway, these trees, they're perfectly spaced for hammocks. So I got my choice of whatever hammock I want to put wherever. So that's kind of cool. But let's go to the other side. That's where I was working today. I tell you, it doesn't seem like there's enough time in the day. Like I said, I've been working all day. I'm kind of tired, but I knew I had to make a video, so I kind of gave myself enough time to do it. But anyway, this part was a nightmare. It was pretty much a jungle, nothing but stickers. It was just, I have other videos that showed the progress, but oh man, I didn't think I'd ever finish that. Now this goes back up to the backyard. That trail right there, I use that to drag a lot of stuff up there. You know, cutting the stuff's one thing, but dragging it, that's the hard part. But I'm happy with the progress so far. This side was like a little deer trail when I bought it. It was real narrow. Couldn't really walk through. I had my loppers. I was lopping limbs, cutting trees down, little trees, just to get through. Now I took, man, close to 100 trees out right here, just in this area that I'm videotaping in the frame. At least that many trees. Granted, not all of them were big, but some of them were 10 inches round. It was a lot of work. Then I pruned all the trees. Jim helped me with his extension chainsaw. That was kind of, you know, that just takes a lot of time. But nah, this is kind of cool. Yeah, I think I was gonna put culverts there, but there's 3 different areas where the water's coming in, so I might have to settle for a bridge. We'll see. But anyway, since we're over here, I'll show you where the house is going to be. Get a good view. I guess it's going to be straight up there somewhere. I think it's going to be pretty cool to be overlooking the pond. So this was a nightmare right here. This was way overgrown. Massive poison oak, massive poison ivy, massive vines, stickers. It was just unbelievable. I've gotten poison ivy and poison oak all over me during these 4 months. Now that right there was several cedar trees that toppled over, and they were up in that tree right there. I mean, you couldn't even think about walking through there. That's where I got my poison oak. This is the dam. I cleared both sides pretty much. Just wanted to make it nice. Alright. Since we're over here, I'll go ahead and walk up. I'll walk up this way. These mulch piles, I tell you what, they settle. So once you put a bunch of stuff down in there, they settle down, and then you come back and then you add to it, then they settle some more, then you add to it. So these are pretty packed down at this point. There. Now this area right here is kind of cool. It's kind of a flat area, and it is a nice high spot. So I'm thinking once all this stuff's mulched up, it will be kind of cool if I was to build some kind of a shed here for equipment. Now this is a trail that I made that cuts over. I'm just gonna walk down halfway down because I want to show you what I built. Well, what I cleared right here. Made a little clearing for, I call this the poop path. I think, you know, it's going to be a while before I build a house, and when nature calls, we're going to need a place to go. So I think outhouse down in there, it's out of the way. I mean, nobody can see, nobody's even going to know it's there. You're going to have to come down this trail to see it. But anyway, yeah, I'm thinking, yep, that's where it's going to be. So that's another project of mine. So let's walk up here. This was just unbelievable amount of work up here. It was kind of well, it wasn't kind of, it was way overgrown. You couldn't walk where I'm walking now. It was just, I mean, you could see, cut some pretty big trees down, but the vines alone right here was the stickers. There was, I don't know, I call them sticker trees. It was just unbelievable, the amount of stickers. This area right here was fenced in, and I took the fence out, and you can see, you know, there's a line of bigger trees. That's where the fence was. I've cut some trees out of there. You can see some vines up there. cut the vines. What do we got here? Oh, we got snake sticks. Saving them for a friend. Yeah. Might be able to find some more, I don't know. Those vines, I tell you what, they make some unbelievable things with the trees. They do some unbelievable things to them, including killing them. But this was a mess right here, I tell you. I couldn't even. It was just so overgrown, it was ridiculous. The gate for this area was right here. That is where one of the telephone poles was for the posts. And the rest of this is mulch piles. We'll walk down here. Well, we'll walk around here. It's probably easier. But I call this place the upper place, this area of the property. They've got a horse up there with a long hair horse. It's kind of cool. He dances. But anyway, these trees, I thinned them out a lot, and I wanted to get it to where I could come out here and mow, bush hog or whatever. It's hard to, I mean, you can't even tell. The tree's huge. But it was a good. We'll walk up here. We got some mulch piles up here too. We got 3 of them right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 just in this one little area. This right here was nothing but vines right here, real bad. It took a long time to pull them out of the trees. I saved some trees were too far gone. Had to whack them. But still might have to whack a few more, don't know. I save them. I pretty much save them until I know I have to whack them unless they're really bad. But I'm not going, this is the buffer zone right here, so I'm not going anywhere past this. This is a mess. This was kind of, see all those stickers and stuff? That was what that looked like. All this. So it was just, it was a nightmare. I'll tell you what, for being up, for having the property for 4 months and just coming up for weekends and stuff, did pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty loyal to coming up here and knocking this stuff out. But yeah, these piles, they've settled. They were a lot bigger than this. A lot bigger. I was having trouble throwing these trees up on here and stuff, but that's a good thing. It's an old barn. All right, so let's walk down here. This is where I was working today. There's an underground spring down here, and I was clearing out the spring. You talk about vines. There was a vine down here, I'll show you. I left the stub, the stump, purposely, so you could see how big it's 6 inches in diameter of vine. It's ridiculous. But no, this is cool, man. That tree looks wild. I really like it up here. And it's set in to a little hole. But this right here, I mean, you couldn't see that fence really from right here because it was so overgrown with stickers, and the stickers have these little flowers on them, and they stay green kind of all year round. And I mean, it was just so ridiculously big. So I was working on this today. It's crazy. All right. So yeah, it's kind of wild to just think back on how thick this was. I mean, it's amazing that I only have this many mulch piles, as much as I've had to cut down. But this is the underground spring right here. Now you couldn't see this before because it was so overgrown. This was nothing but stickers and vines. It comes out right here underground, and then it kind of goes underground. There's some water there. Now right there, I saved it. That is the vine. It's not a tree, it's a vine. It was just unbelievable. See the stickers over there? I'm leaving that as a buffer zone on the other side of the creek, but it was like that over here, trust me. And I ran into some tires. That's the only one I couldn't get out. I got to put a come along on it to get that. I'm going to use my hook and a come along. Oh shoot, I forgot. I'm going to take those out of the creek too. Nah, oh well. Yeah, can't think of everything. But the property line is over there. I don't know if you see the pink through the stickers. That's the corner. And this is what I was working on today. There was barbed wire, chicken wire all through on the other side of that creek. I guess they had cows in here. This was fenced in. They didn't want the cows to come out. I got all the fencing out today. All the vines out. Most of what's on that pile are vines. Let me see. Yeah, that's vines right there. That's crazy. Look, my shoe. Yeah. Yeah. It's big. Okay. Alright, so this is not done. When I come back, I gotta clear all this. But not on the other side of the creek. Like I said, I'm leaving that, but this side right here, well, knock out these stickers. There's some sticks and branches down in there. Gotta take them out. And then you can see a bunch of stuff in the creek right there. That's gonna be a pain, but gotta do it. Now up there, that's the property. That's another corner right there. And then it goes from there. You can see probably pink. It goes at an angle, goes down to the road over there. This is where a tree fell on my head. Actually, I'll show you the size of the tree that fell on my head, and it planted me into the ground. Right there, that was the culprit right there. I don't know how big it is, but it's pretty damn big. I'd say it's a good 10 inches round. Whew, man. Yeah, it hit me and knocked me off my feet, planted my face right into the ground. Yep, that was rough. Got some rock croppings, and I didn't have a hard hat on either. Knocked some sense into me because now I wear a hard hat. It was kind of dangerous, but it's good to wear the hard hat, and plus it has earmuffs on it, so it helps out a lot. But yeah, see right here, I haven't got to this yet. I got some of it, but this is little stuff I gotta clean up. I just want to be able to get a mower down here so I can keep it maintained. But now, this is the upper place right here. It's a cool little spot. I don't know what it is about it, but I really like it up here. Let's see. Yeah, this was messed too. This was nothing but stickers. You can kind of see what it was right there. This is I'm gonna leave that as a little natural buffer zone area. Now this is the property line right here. You can kind of see I put some markers right there and there. And then I made this trail here. We'll walk up this trail, go down to where the creeks are. I wanted a little trail near the property line so that I could, keep an eye on things. So I didn't want to go all the way to the property line. I just wanted to be close enough. So when I come up here, this is where I did that little cut through, and right over there is where the pooper is going to be, and that's where I was talking about maybe putting a shed. So we'll walk down this trail right here. It's different type of trees in this area. I still have I've got a lot of projects going on, but one of them is to mark the boundaries a little bit better. I got all those T-posts from the property, from just yanking them out of the ground. They were holding some barbed wire up and stuff like that. When I got rid of the fencing, I did that. This goes around like this. My property goes down here. We'll walk down here. This is the confluence of the creeks. They had I guess they had cows, and this was a farm. And right there, that's one of the things that held the electric fence. So it's got some waterfalls. You can probably hear it. This creek is the one that comes out of the dam, which is back there. And then that creek over there comes out of 2 underground springs on the property. We'll walk over there in a minute. And then that goes into my neighbor's yard. They combine right at the property line and go into my neighbor's yard. So we'll walk over there. This was nothing. This whole area right here was nothing but vines and stickers. I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, you didn't even know what the terrain was. You couldn't even look past. I mean, there was a little trail about in the middle of here, and then all the rest was stickers and vines and dead trees. I mean, it killed tons of trees. Well, you can see, killed that one. That's gonna fall, but it's because of the vines. So we're walking back to the dam, and we got the culvert here that goes to the other side of the creek. Before we get over there, rock cropping, that's all going to be left natural right there, that clump of trees. That's a kind of a good spot. It hides everything, plus it's less to take care of. Now this is like, if you were gonna go to the drive to the shed, this is the way you would drive. And you go up there, and the shed would be sitting about where that mulch pile is right there. Maybe a little, well, past the mulch pile, but you get the idea. It'd be right there. So here's the overflow for the pond. It's clogged up. I got a little invention I made, a little tool. I gotta try it out. It should be coming out of there full bore right now. It's just coming out. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of it's kind of clogged up. I'll fix it. It's on the list. All right. So we'll go over here. This was a several week project, just clearing this area. This was a mess right here. This was where the electric pole was, with the meter and everything that for the electric fence for the cows. And this is what I call the peninsula, because this is where the creeks meet. They had a swing there at one time. You see the pole up there. I'm sure they hung some deer up there too. But it was amazing. It took me a couple months to even realize it was there. I couldn't even walk back here. I just kind of stumbled on it. You see a rock cropping right there. Another rock cropping there. There we go. We're back to the confluence. We're just on the other side of the creek, that's all. Now that's a dry creek right there. That actually, I have seen water in there. But that was, shoot, I didn't even know it was there. It was full of stickers. I mean, it was unbelievable. Walk up here. Actually, this area right up here took a whole day to clear. It was so thick. all that up there is going to be left natural. That's part of the buffer zone right there. Now this area right here, there's another culvert here, but this area here was really overgrown real bad, and it took a long time, just a day, just to clear this area that I got the video on right now. And then all that, the vines and everything made the trees grow funny. It's a cool looking tree. I'm leaving it. Anyway, down there is spring. Down there is another spring. And this is my neighbor's property, but I just put these tires here today. They were down at the spring at the upper place, and like I said, I got one more I got to pull out with the come along, but I did manage to get those out. I put them there because it's an easy access to go through my neighbor's property to get to the street. I'll go that way when I don't have a load in my truck, so I can take it to the dump. But this was a fenced in area right here. I took all this fencing down too, and there was a barrel sitting up against that tree full of trash, a metal barrel. It was all rusted out. The bottom was rusted out of it. Had to take that out. About right there was a full roll of fencing that was buried in the ground. I ripped that out. There's been a lot of work here. I mean, you can't tell, but it was a lot of work. You can see the property line going down there. I'm gonna mark it better. I'm gonna try not to use trees. I'm just gonna use posts, and shoot, I'm gonna have so many posts it's gonna be like a damn fence. But that's all right. It's good to know where your property line is. All right, let's walk over here. It just feels good to not be working right now. Back sore, shoulders are sore. I just popped some Advil. It feels good to be ready to, well, I'm ready for him to mulch. I mean, I still have more stuff to do, but he can come and get started. I don't know how long it's going to take before he can even come, but he'll come. But I'll finish the upper place next trip. Get that tire out. For the most part, I just have a few more little things to do. I marked all the trees, and that was the main thing. So he won't cut them, hopefully. But no, this is the way, if I was to use that shed, come down here, this would be the road, and then you go down and cross right there, the culvert, and then go up the hill up there. So this would be the way to do it. You could technically cross the dam, but it's a little sketchy right up here. There's a spillway up here that I'd take the four-wheeler over it, but I'd be, I wouldn't want to drive any heavy equipment for a long time over it. Plus, we got this hill right here. This mulch pile right here is old. I tell you what, this thing has settled big time. This thing was twice this high And this is pretty high. I mean, it's taller than me right now, but I mean, this thing was huge. But no, those are the gates right there that I took off the property. One was actually right here. One was right here. It was gated off. You can see the post right there. When I first came here, I had to go around it. The barbed wire went down there. The bottom side of the dam, and then those trees, you see the big trees going down there, it went down there all the way to the road off of this. It was a lot of work getting that fencing out. That was a pain. But we're back at the pond. Usually you can walk right there. You can walk right there, and it's just not draining properly. I don't know. That's all I can say. But this is it. House is gonna be right up there. I like it's kind of cool to save some of these trees, because I mean it looked kind of weird all bare and everything. That's a nice dogwood right there. I really like that. But no, this is it. Upper place up there. This is where I usually took the pictures, because there was just one little window through the trees right here, and it's still, you couldn't get a good picture, but now it's a lot better. All right, let's go back up. Yeah, this was a lot of work right here. All this stuff came from down where the creeks are, and some from up at the upper place too. I was dragging it all the way from the upper place down here, because I wasn't sure how much I was going to clear at first, and then I just said, let me just make some mulch piles, and I don't know, what did we count, 11 just up there. Yeah, it was, like I said, this went way down. This was all stickers right here. You can see it, they're drying up. Oh, that was a lot of work. But yeah, I'm saving a lot of trees. I mean, it's still gonna be wooded, but it's gonna be a lot more maneuverable. This will be the road right here where I'm on right now. It's gonna kind of S around. You can see where I trimmed all these trees. Those branches were all the way down to the ground, but you're gonna go right there. This mulch pile's in the way, but you can go right where the mulch pile is, right over to where the things, and then the road's down there. So you're gonna kind of make a S to get down to the, and then you're gonna have to go up this hill right here. You probably won't have to do it, so that'll be all clear right there, so you'll be able to get up there. But this is I did mark a lot of trees to save there. You can see there's quite a few green in there. There's some pretty nice trees. It definitely is. Now, my main concern was I wanted to be the privacy of things, and I didn't want to just have it open to the road where people can see, and that's why I left this. It's like a natural fence. And I guess the house will be probably about right there on the other side of those trees right there. I did save quite a few in there, and I saved some cedars too, because I'm thinking that that'll be another little buffer between the house and people coming up the driveway. And I don't know, we'll see. Geothermal, that's what I was thinking of. That's what type of system I want to put in. It's like 5 feet underground. It's 55 degrees underground at about 5 feet. So in the hot weather, you're not gonna get when you're trying to cool, you're not gonna get a lot of hot air. And in the winter, instead of getting 20-degree air, you're gonna get 55 degree. So it's a lot more efficient, and I think it'd be good because I want to heat my floors in my shop and all kinds of stuff. But you can see I'm saving some of these trees. I don't know if you can see down in there some green, but I've walked down in there. There's quite a few. But I look at it like this: if the tree's not going to work out, I can always cut it down. No biggie. So, all right. I guess that's it. Time to go. I hope you liked the tour. I just wanted to get an idea of how much work was involved with clearing what I cleared before the mulcher came and mulched up all the piles. And I just wanted to make sure that I document it. So that's it. All right. Hopefully the next video will be after it's all mulch. Have a good one.